Hello.
Alright, we're back. Ugh.
Ugh.
So, are you ready for awful?
Never. And always.
And always. They're posting links in the chat that don't lead anywhere.
Some of them do. Most of them do.
Hopefully. They'll just lead to the virus. Yeah. So, I guess without further ado, we will head straight into the awful, full force, and hope that we come out alive. They're not quite as good as they were last week, unfortunately, but I have some that are gonna be pretty stupid. So, let me just link you the first one before we get started. This one you saw ahead of time. You talked to me about it. This one's pretty stupid, though.
Oh, this one.
Talking pineapple question on state exam stumps everyone.
It's not just one question. It was like 8.
It was phew. Oh, so what we have here is a state exam gone wrong. Where basically it recited a different version of, I guess, the rabbit and the hare.
Except
Except
no, it's the tortoise and the hare. Except the tortoise wasn't a tortoise, it was a pineapple.
Pineapple.
That could talk.
That could talk. Yes.
That happened.
And at the end of the story, the pineapple did not win. It sat there, and the tortoise won. And the students were asked 2 perplexing questions. Why did the animals eat the talking fruit after it had lost? And which animal was wisest? How does this happen? How do these things get passed on to because state tests are normally regulated pretty well.
This one was. Also, Tim, you have no idea. You have no idea.
You have no idea. No, I think this is barely the tip of the iceberg of things we've seen. But, my gosh. Imagine being a kid taking this test. You're like 14, and this test depends a lot on your grade.
This was one of those 8th grade, oh shit, I really need to actually take this test seriously. Wait, no, I'm in 8th grade, I don't take anything seriously.
Well, yeah, but, as serious as you can take anything in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And it also reflects on, the performance of the students also reflects on the teachers and the administration. This is kind of big overall. And
yeah, this is one of those really important things.
This is the future of America we're talking about. Thanks, Piano. Well, obviously we can't have these kids because they can't answer the question correctly. It's obvious, isn't it? Talking pineapples makes sense to me. SpongeBob.
So, for those of you who are actually wondering, it's a tortoise and the hare. The tortoise is the pineapple. So instead of being a tortoise, then it can actually move and beat the hare in the end, like everyone remembers from that story, because everyone remembers the hare lost because it got so far in the lead.
Wait, did I say the hare and the rabbit originally?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The same
so
damn thing.
The tortoise eventually won. But in this one, the pineapple, it's a pineapple. It doesn't have legs or arms or anything that moves of its own volition.
Any mobile capacity.
It doesn't.
It does gravity.
You couldn't tell where I'm going with this. The pineapple loses.
Essentially.
The pineapple loses and everyone eats it.
It's not an animal.
I don't know.
Now, if they had put this pineapple against another fruit, maybe.
One of the questions, the first question actually, was why did the animals eat the pineapple? The answers are A, they were annoyed, B, they were amused, C, they were hungry, or D, they wanted to. Of course, C and D would likely both be correct answers, as they are animals. But, uh, who was the wisest? A, the hare, B, the moose, C, the crow, or D, the owl? Yeah.
Yeah, it's about right.
And the best part is, according to the Florida Board of Education, well, either Board of Education or State Department, or some Florida thing, some Florida regulations state that they cannot and will not actually release the answers and or questions for these. So we will never know why, in fact, the animals did eat
Wait, this is Florida?
pineapple.
I didn't know it was Florida.
This is Florida.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I feel enlightened. This explains so
doesn't-
much. So
It
much.
doesn't say it in this one.
Florida's education system is downright terrible. It doesn't make sense.
E.D. Hirsch, founder and chairman of the Core Knowledge Foundation and professor emeritus of education and humanities at the University of Virginia, Reed, not an 8th grader, had no problem coming up with the answer. It's clearly an allegory. The pineapple here is the Department of Education. The hare is the student who is eagerly taking the test, said Hirsch, author of Cultural Literacy, What Every American Needs to Know, and The Knowledge Deficit. The joke is supposed to be on the hare because the questions are postmodern unanswerable. But in fact, the joke is on the pineapple because the New York Daily News is going to eat it up. Now, Pearson spokesman Jason Smith said the state education department has prohibited the company from speaking to the press on matters like this. So, yes, this is one of those special stories.
As Ambra knows.
I'm going to really quick try and find what state this was actually from.
Florida keeps appearing in my horrible education articles.
I get the feeling it was Florida.
That's how it is, Ambra. Ambra.
I say ombre.
I know, I do too.
Talking pineapple.
Pretty sure it is Ambra, though.
There it is. This is from the New York Daily News. My bad. This is not Florida. This is actually New York.
Oh. That explains even more.
Yeah.
That's where I live. I wasn't asked this question, though.
So, in case you're curious, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This article actually has all 6 of the questions with the full multiple choice answers and the full story. It's about halfway down the
Now they're blaming me. They're blaming me now. Good job, Cliff. You tell them it was my state, and now it's all my fault.
It's not my fault.
It's not your fault. I realize
There's
that. But that doesn't mean that's necessarily my fault. I don't control the Board of Education.
The weirdest part is, these are both the article that you linked to me, and the article that I'm looking at are both from the exact same place, NewYorkDailyNews.com.
Why didn't I look at that earlier?
The one that you linked to me doesn't have all of the questions, even though it's literally the exact same article.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
Yeah, we're gonna be sitting
So,
here about it.
I hope you're wearing pants right now. But clothing in general is something that people take seriously in some regard.
And I am, and just keep going with that. Anyways.
Twitch isn't wearing pants.
I'm kidding, I'm wearing pants.
You're the poli-sci major. It's obviously an expert that you came with it. Alright. So, this is a little bit of controversy. Just a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit. T-shirt
God, I saw
called
this
Auschwitz
too.
chic.
Auschwitz chic.
Controversy prone clothing store sells shirts featuring familiar-looking Jewish star. American clothing company Urban Outfitters is courting controversy over a T-shirt bearing a six-pointed star resembling the ones Jews were forced to wear by the Nazis.
See, the worst part is, guys, you're saying stay classy, American Apparel. This isn't the first time they've done this shit.
No.
Previous pieces sold by the chain have offended Navajos and African Americans, among others.
Yes. This is not new.
This is not remotely new.
It's more than begging for a lawsuit.
There's a list on theweek.com of 9 Urban Outfitters controversies.
They need to stop
Of course,
doing
this is the number one, but...
They need to stop doing this.
Yeah! For starters.
I mean, I know that controversies do increase your... do expose yourself to the public, but not in a good way. I mean, yeah, there's gonna be people that buy this stuff, but not because, you know, not because it's classy or anything, for reasons you don't really want to get into.
The worst part is, there's that little part in the back of my mind just saying, you know, I really want one of those, just as kind of one of those collector's souvenirs. Just kind of, when they go out of business, I can have something to
Now I
sell on
can
eBay
blame you
for
for this,
hundreds of
Cliff.
dollars. Yeah, no. No.
Just don't do this anymore, please.
That's just bad.
No more clothing that's controversial. Keep.
No, I would be a terrible human being if I went out and actually bought one. It's
Yeah.
just a little tiny part of my brain that's just saying,
Oh.
hey, you should buy this, and the rest of my brain's like, you are fucking retarded.
Well, you buy Nazi cola, but that's not really controversial because it's.
That's not even spelled Nazi.
I know it's not, but it has German on it, so. So yeah. All right, now we have the Jarek story for the night,
Oh god, that's never,
and this time instead of animal abuse, it's child abuse.
because that's so much better.
It was unintentional child abuse. Boy, 10, accidentally served rum at Olive Garden.
That's awesome.
Indianapolis. A 10-year-old Indiana boy who ordered a smoothie at an Olive Garden was instead served with something with a little more punch. It's child abuse you can get behind. Please don't. Before the waitress had realized it, the boy had sipped 2 ounces of a 4-ounce rum cocktail. Police say.
The waitress unknowingly served him the rum, but did not at first realize it.
By the way, she's fired.
The officer said no one else in the family had ordered any alcohol.
She was fired.
There was no one at this entire table
That had alcohol.
who ordered booze. And I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say that wild berry frelato that he ordered doesn't look like whatever the fuck she gave him.
I mean, obviously, I don't know, but probably not. I expect wild blueberry Ferrata looks something like a blue smoothie, not
No, it's purple. It's a
Purple?
pinkish
Purple
sort
pink?
of thing, because it's not wild blueberry, it's just wild berry. Wild berries are purplish.
all right. Well, either way, I don't think it looks like rum.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's a rum cocktail. Someone
Someone should have realized this a little bit sooner than.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna look up and
Wrong tray.
just make sure.
I don't know what happened here, but
Wildberry Frolato.
I'm gonna get
All right.
pictures.
I have to look up pictures and see if I can find what this looks like. Okay. No, that's a frozen daiquiri. Google image, you suck at this.
It's true.
Okay, so it's a pinkish. It's a pinkish color.
I think this kid has had more booze than I have.
This kid's had more booze than I have.
More booze than both of us combined.
This doesn't.
Yeah, that's a good
Look
point. Wouldn't someone
anything
smell it?
like-
Doesn't rum smell?
Yes, this doesn't look anything like a Wildberry Frolato. This doesn't have the consistency
It
of a
doesn't
Wildberry
smell
Frolato.
like it?
This doesn't smell. There is no possible way you
It
could
would
get
have to
these
be
drinks
served
mixed up
in a
together.
concealed container. Completely
Yeah, you would have
concealed.
to be not.
With a straw
would have-
through it. That's the only thing I can think of.
A rum cocktail is fluid. It's liquid. A Wildberry Frolato, from what I'm seeing, it's more of a smoothie
Yeah.
than anything. A rum cocktail doesn't look like a smoothie.
Looks like liquid.
How do you screw this up?
I don't know. I don't know how it was accidental, and I don't know how no one at the table noticed.
And the best part is he drank half of it.
He
He
did.
got half of the thing down.
Before they realized he wasn't
anyone
himself.
Realized. Everyone just kind of guessed, oh, I guess that's what
Yeah.
smoothies look like.
Smoothies, they look like that, they smell like that, they do it to your body, it's obvious. Alright.
Wow.
You wanna do some fights?
Oh God, no. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no? Alright, well we're doing it anyway, sorry.
I know.
Women arrested after fighting over littering. This is... If you wanted Captain Planet, here it is. In women form. 2 of them. An argument over littering on Earth Day seems to have gone a bit far. Police say in Muncie say officers spotted a 44-year-old Indianapolis woman punching a 23-year-old woman in the face along a street Sunday. She basically had littered.
Yeah, the 23-year-old had tossed a piece of paper on the ground. And
the
that was
44-year-old
ground for the 44-year-old to stop her SUV, get out of the SUV,
and proceed
and
to beat her
the
up.
living crap out of her.
All in the name of Mother Nature.
It's a piece of paper. It's biodegradable.
I know, it's not like she was dumping radiated beef onto the side.
That's the best part. She was driving an SUV. It's not even like she was driving a smart car or anything. Nope, fuck it, SUV.
Yeah, like
I'm
the most
totally
hogging of all.
environmentally
Wow, what a psycho. Holy Captain Planet. She's a hero. No, she's
That's
not. She
impressive.
didn't save anyone here. All she did was get herself arrested. She was arrested on preliminary charges of battery, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct. So obviously at some point...
The police say the Indianapolis woman ignored orders to stop fighting and wouldn't let go of the other woman's hair as officer tried to separate them. So the 44-year-old, the one driving the SUV, who started beating the shit out of everyone, was arrested on preliminary charges of battery, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct. Here's the weird part. The other woman was arrested on a disorderly conduct charge as well, even though she was getting the shit kicked out of her and not doing any of the shit kicking, as far as I know.
As far as you know.
And no one was charged for littering.
That would have been the
That's
real
the
nail in
best-
the coffin. That would have been
That's
amazing.
the best part. No one was charged for littering.
Isn't that the
Just kind
irony
a fuck
of the
you to
story?
44-year-old.
That's the irony of the story. is that no one was charged for littering, regardless of
No,
a dispute
the
over it.
irony of the story is that she was driving an SUV.
Yes,
But yeah,
that's. I'm just gonna get the song "Ironic" to start playing now,
oh fuck you.
just to piss everyone off.
I'm not even listening to the stream, and fuck you.
All right. So have you? You know that people sometimes steal gas, right?
Yeah.
This is probably not something you want to do when you're stealing gas. Michael Baker, a Facebook photo leads to arrest for stealing gas from a cop car.
I saw this one too. Oh, this is the best
There it was
thing
on
ever.
Facebook for all to see. Michael Baker with a gas can, a siphon hose stuck into a police cruiser in eastern Kentucky, and his middle finger raised.
Not only does he have photographic evidence of him siphoning gas from a cop car, he posted it on Facebook.
Yes, the one place you want to post anything because it's recorded for life.
And the best part is, well, no one's going to be shocked by this, but he wasn't smart enough to turn his privacy settings on to the point where police wouldn't actually be able to see this picture.
Well, they still could if they search hard enough.
Not if you do it right, but
Now, if you
this
do it,
guy's
do you think this
taking a
guy
picture
honestly
of-
could do it right even if he tried?
No. I think if this guy tried, he'd somehow manage.
He
Somehow
managed
would have
to
managed
send
to
the
blow up
picture
the car.
directly to the police, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty much.
Police didn't laugh. Chief Alan
I would.
Forms says that if Baker would steal from the police, he'd steal from just about anyone. But I don't think...
Authorities say they plan to buy lockable gas caps.
Yeah. This is one of the
He
stupid
tagged
things...
police the image. Oh, that would have been hilarious.
He tagged just the police as, like, the car.
You've been tagged in a photo. What?
Yeah. So, this guy is not the sharpest knife in the set.
This guy isn't even close to the sharpest spoon. This is just... Lemmy, can you tell from the pixels?
It looks shot.
And having seen a few shops in your time?
I don't know. I believe that this one's real.
This one's too stupid to make up.
And even if you did make it up, what point would there be to making it up? If you're gonna get arrested for doing it anyways, you might as well have done it. I'm teaching you guys how to be better criminals here. Just calm down.
Wow. This is just stupid.
So yeah, don't steal from police cars. They don't like that. They don't think it's funny. No one else thinks it's funny except you, obviously. Just All right. So I got you one naked story this week
Oh, goody.
because I knew you'd want one. You'd be asking if I didn't get you one. Now, this one's not overly bad as far as naked goes.
It's naked. It's automatically bad.
Man exposes self to flight attendants. From Seattle, a Port of Seattle spokesman says a man had been arrested for allegedly exposing himself to flight attendants during a Southwest Airlines flight from Albuquerque, New Mexico, to Seattle. He just flashed himself. Just, why not?
Why?
I have no idea.
There was no reason. There was no...
I'm going to
The
go
incident did not
with
cause a
the
delay.
most possible logical option. That was a horrible grammatical sentence, but he was attracted to them, maybe.
The incident did not cause a delay? The flight landed on time.
Yep.
The man was taken into custody once the flight landed in Seattle.
Yep.
Best part, he says the exposure in Southwest Flight 265 happened over another state, so Seattle authorities are handing the man over to the FBI.
Maybe he thought she liked him. Alright, Twitches wants to say something here. So I'll give him a minute to...
Some don't like the feeling of cloth on their dongly bits.
Especially when they're on a flight from Albuquerque.
Twitches would know.
Twitches would know. He's been there multiple times. How many times have you been arrested for this kind of thing, Twitches? Static.
4.
4? Well, don't make it 5, because I don't want to see you on here.
I do.
You do?
That would be awesome. Well, that would be horribly stupid, but it would be kind of funny.
It would be kind of funny. Now, none? Yeah, lies. Our last story for tonight. And boy, is Twitches gonna love this one. It's from his hometown.
Oh, I'm scared.
And it's pretty good. Suspect asks officers
God.
if he's Jesus. Steals patrol car. This is from Memphis, Tennessee. Darius Williams saw the light. It just happened to be blue. According to the commercial appeal, a police officer found the 19-year-old Williams walking down before dawn along Interstate 240 on Thursday. Or this was maybe last week or something. I want to see what Twitches says. Oh, snap. Police said that after asking if the officer was Jesus, Williams became irate in the back of the police car, pushed down the window, and climbed on top of the vehicle. The officer got out and tried to talk Williams down and ended up in a scuffle with him. Williams then got into the police car and took off the wrong way on the freeway.
Was he Jesus? Well, the article never says. I want to know. Was he Jesus?
I know you do, Cliff, but that's not something we can answer here, I don't think.
I don't care. Was he Jesus?
Apparently to this guy he was. You know, I've heard of some crazy things to get out of getting arrested, but asking if the cop is Jesus is not something I've heard of before.
Well, maybe he was asking if he was Jesus? No, never mind. That wouldn't work either. Never mind.
Jesus cop, superstar. Someone draw that now. So, have you heard of this, Twitches? I assume you see crazier stuff on Thursdays than this, but I don't know, this is pretty crazy. At least he wasn't naked.
Wait. Okay. So, he was in the car. Williams was in the car. He was sitting in the back of the police car. He asked the officer, "Are you Jesus?" He got irate.
He climbed out through the window.
He pushed down the window.
Climbed onto the top.
Climbed on top of the vehicle. Son of a bitch.
This was Twitches. As Twitches says.
I mean, I'm assuming the car wasn't in
I don't think it was in motion at the time.
In motion, or at least it wasn't fast.
Yeah.
But Jesus.
Exactly, literally.
That just seems to be the final word here.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's the story summed up in one word. So apparently this was Twitches, and Twitches, you look a lot different than I thought you did. He's a real looker too.
Yeah, he totally doesn't know where he is.
He, what? I just got up. What do you mean I'm arrested?
Although it could
Are
just
you
be
Jesus?
it could just be the fact that he's got the giant crack on his skull.
I don't even know if,
So
I don't know where that's from though.
I'm gonna just guess it's from the fight that he had with Jesus.
Jesus. I guess he's lucky
Yes,
that, I guess he got lucky that's all he got.
I do agree, Time Bomb. It is a lot more entertaining if you imagine the police car was doing like 70, 75 on the freeway, and all of a sudden this guy just pulls down the window, jumps on top of the car, 70, and he's just surfing on the car. That's awesome.
I mean, I guess this was my main problem with this story is that he asks if the officer is Jesus, and then he proceeds to fight with Jesus.
Well, maybe the officer said no. Although I don't know why you would. I don't know
I
why you would fight that
I'm
guy
not sure if he would
anyway.
accept a rational answer to this though.
Yeah, I'm.
I, you know, it's funny because it doesn't say anything about drugs or booze in this story, which is weird because that's usually what is seen here when things like this happen. But this is all free will, as far as I know.
Hmm.
Thanks, Twitches. I would love that. There's your contribution to this newscast. Send me the crazy crap that happens in Memphis. And Memphis can be the new Florida.
Oh, Christ.
And Twitch will be and Cliff will be just amazed. Alright, so that's our what the fuck is wrong with you for this week. I Yeah, we're ripping off, but I don't. It's not like I'm stealing everything.
We've got to come up with a better name for that section.
Yes, we'll just call it the maybe the Why the World Hurts section.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
So that's all for Why the World Hurts. Ah. So we're gonna take a few minute break. I'm actually gonna need to take a break myself this time for
All right.
about 5 minutes ish. I
All
am
right.
indeed Jesus, though it's
Pronounced
pronounced
Jesus.
Jesus. You're-
Are you Jesus?
that question
I wanna.
that question is going to be on your mind for
I wanna know how he said it.
are you Jesus?
Anyways, yeah, I should let you.
Um, but I guess before we go, did we learn anything at all?
No.
No.
People are stupid, but I knew that.
So nothing new.
Yep.
If you're a clothing company, stop making stuff that is beyond controversial. Please. Stop serving kids alcohol at Olive Garden, please.
I still have no idea. How the fuck?
I don't know. I'm, you know, these stories aren't like incredibly insane, but I don't know how they happen. I don't know how these ones happen. They all just like kind of appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah,
That's our
that's not a
theme.
thing that you do on accident.
I already saw the Twitches. I did put it in this week, but maybe later. Don't look at it, but
No, I already know what it is
oh,
though. I've seen
I won't use it
multiple
then
stories of stuff like that.
because I want to get you surprised.
It's not all that uncommon.
Captain Planet does not want you to fight for him. He can do that himself. With his incredibly weird skin and hair. And
I don't. Wow.
And if you have to ask a cop if he's Jesus, I want to know what you're on, if on anything at all.